Snipers, you have to see what's happening. The Bitcoin price this Monday, as oh boy, do we have a lot to discuss today with an extremely bullish daily candle about to close in less than an hour. The Feds are announcing a potential interest rate increase on Wednesday of 75 points. If it's less, that's bullish. If it's more, that's bearish. There's a lot that we have to discuss today, Snipers. Pay attention. Check out what's happening on the chart, Snipers. Let's dive straight into the Bitcoin chart because right now, this daily candle that came down to test a major demand zone is going to be closing with an extremely bullish wick. And guess what? We also have new previous weekly opens today. So let's first talk about Bitcoin's immediate short-term resistance, which is 19,798, the 2018 previous all-time high. If we get above that, it opens up the door to the previous weekly open at 21,800, and that would be the most important resistance in the immediate short term. Heading into this Fed's announcement, this is the exact type of daily candle that we want. This is a very bullish daily candle, just like we talked about in our video yesterday. Exactly as we predicted, we had a potential bear trap here where we're trying to potentially form a double bottom right now. And so 17,204 is still on the table. At any point, the rug could get pulled. And so keep that in mind. 17,204 is the max amount of downside that we would expect in the immediate short term, as long as the S&P 500 does not form further lows. But now this is the range that Bitcoin is in, with a resistance of 21,800, a support of 17,204, and the immediate short-term confirmation is going to be 19,800 on whether or not we're going to go in either one of these directions. If we reject this level, then we come back down. Just notice how we actually had a daily candle similar to this in the past when we first came down, and then the rug did get pulled. And so there is a potential chance that we could see some downside, but that was when we initially saw the major dump. For a daily candle like this to come during this consolidation, I think that gives it a little bit more weight here, and it is a bullish daily candle that is about to close right now. And that was exactly how the S&P 500 also reacted today, testing this major support level, closing with this bullish type of candle. And you can see this is the channel support. This is a very important support level that has so far held for the S&P 500, which means that all we've done so far is form higher lows. Now, let's talk about some other very interesting things, Snipers, that are on the charts, because we're starting to see some outside four-dimensional revolving parts that matter make some statements. And the first one is going to be the Manheim Used Car Index. Notice how it is currently capitulated for the month of September, down 13%. That's exactly what happened during March of 2020. And so what does that mean? Why am I showing you this? Well, if we're starting to see charts like this capitulate, what if Bitcoin also capitulates? What is the major demand zone in the immediate short term? Well, check this out. Bitcoin liquidations map, potential liquidations cluster is between 16,800 and 17,000. Why am I showing you this? Well, we all know this. Before a major volatile move with Bitcoin, there tends to be a lot of liquidations. And so in the worst case scenario with the Fed's announcement on Wednesday, let's say we get a 75-point interest rate hike or a 100-point interest rate hike, which would be neutral to bearish. The worst case scenario is right around that $17,000 level, and that coincides with our major sniper support of 17,204 to at least put the case of a double bottom on the table and a bear trap, right? And then, of course, 50-point rate increase could be extremely bullish, and so let's watch out for that. The Feds are going to be announcing this on Wednesday. So that's September 22nd, I believe. And with that being said, Snipers, I do want to talk about some very important revolving parts. By the way, really quick, for the S&P 500, the previous weekly open is all the way up here right now, right around that 40.96 for the E-mini futures contract. So this would coincide with Bitcoin reaching that previous weekly open at 21,800. If we can get towards that previous weekly open, that would be a major resistance that could take us straight towards the 20-week moving average, which is very important to talk about actually, because the 20-week moving average is now inside of the range for Bitcoin to potentially test. We've yet to test the bear market resistance level, and so if we can test that 20-week moving average, and if we can get above it, of course that would be the most bullish case. That's what we need to monitor. The 20-week moving average currently sitting right around 23,300. Very interesting to see that. And then let's look at Ethereum really quick, because notice how Ethereum, because our numbers are the most accurate on the internet, found some support at our major sniper support of 1277. I've been talking about 1277. This was actually a very good leading indicator that Bitcoin is going to potentially bounce, with Ethereum holding. And you can even say we're seeing some strength on the 6-hour time frame. We had a sort of bearish candle, but now we've broke through that candle high, indicating that is some demand here. Let's continue to monitor the Ethereum to US dollar price. 1440 is the immediate short-term resistance, just like Bitcoin, the 2018 previous all-time high. And then the previous weekly open comes after that at the major resistance showing confluence at 1760. We break below 1277 in the worst case scenario. 1165 is just below that, and then below that we have 909. So we have to address two major support levels for Ethereum since it's a more volatile asset. Now, outside revolving parts, anything else that's significant, I want you guys to just be aware of the fact that Bitcoin dominance is potentially showing a reversal. This is a macro trend. You can see we had a very bullish weekly candle close 2 weeks ago. We saw follow through last week, and we're holding this major support level. We formed a lower low, formed new lows. The Ethereum merge is behind us now. And so this was really about the Ethereum merge here, bringing Bitcoin dominance down. But now that that's out of the way, could we potentially be seeing Bitcoin dominance on the way up? That's something that we're going to continue to monitor. Bitcoin dominance can come up in several different ways. We've talked about this. It could come up with the overall market selling off and Bitcoin just not selling off as much, acting as a storage of value, meaning Bitcoin dominance will move up. Or it could move up with Bitcoin outperforming the market and the overall market moving up and just Bitcoin doing better than most of the altcoins. So we'll continue to monitor Bitcoin dominance, but that is a very interesting puzzle piece that is on the table right now. And so I think the biggest thing that we want to keep in mind right now, snipers, is Bitcoin is still underperforming the S&P 500. We recently formed some new lows on this chart, but we're still inside of the consolidation that we've been in since June. So that means that there is still hope here with this Fed's announcement on Wednesday. This is going to be the most important news this month. We've been talking about this since the start of the month. 50-point rate increase would be a bullish statement by the Feds. Anything above that would be as expected. If it's 100 points, that would be very bearish. I'm personally expecting a 75-point rate increase. I'd love to know what you guys think is going to be coming from the Feds. Are we going to be seeing a 75-point rate increase, 100 points, or 50 points? Put it in the comments below, snipers, and we'll continue to monitor the price for Bitcoin right now. I told you guys, potential bear trap on the table. We came down to 18,222, and now we're at 19,400. We wiped out all of those losses that came overnight during the Asian market open. And what's interesting is now we have a bullish daily candle on the charts during this consolidation, which that's a very positive sign coming into Wednesday's announcement. So I'm excited to see what happens, snipers. I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content. And until next time, it's about to storm. Holy smokes! I gotta get back to my room. All right, from Orlando, Florida, at the Ritz-Carlton, my name is Naeem Al-Abeidi, and I will see you guys next time. Snipers.